Harry should not be eligible to stand in for the Queen as a Counsellor of State because he no longer resides in the country, a new parliamentary briefing paper reveals. This week the House of Commons Library quietly published for the first time guidance on what arrangements can be put in place if a monarch is unable to perform their royal functions. The parliamentary briefing paper will increase pressure on Buckingham Palace to take legal steps to resolve the matter once and for all. There have been calls to appoint the next two senior royals in line to the throne, Prince Edward and Princess Anne, in their place. A government source said, "There's been a lot of noise about Harry and Andrew and their roles as Counsellors of State, and it was felt important MPs had all the facts. It has nothing to do with Her Majesty being ill. I think this should be looked at if it isn't being done already by the palace, because they certainly would want to avoid a situation where the monarchy becomes a problem for the government. This is the reason why Sussexes renewed the lease for their Frogmore Cottage home in England. By keeping the lease at Frogmore Cottage, Harry is allowed to stay on as one of the Queen's Counsellors of State. As for what this actually means, by law, should the Queen be temporarily unable to carry out her duties, whether that's due to illness or being out of the country, then her Counsellors of State can step in. Because Queen Elizabeth's spouse, Prince Philip, is no longer alive, the next people in the line of succession, not counting Prince William's children because they're under 21, are Prince Charles, Prince William, and Prince Harry. However, Counsellors of State must have a permanent residence in the UK, so that explains why Harry renewed Frogmore's lease. Both the Queen and the Prince of Wales tested positive for COVID earlier this month. If both had been unable to undertake their constitutional duties, they would have fallen to William and Harry. Prince William has taken to doing the tasks that typically fall to the Queen and her first in-line successor. William was seen in Windsor Castle to do an investiture ceremony on Tuesday, where people under the British flag are given honours and medals by members of the royal family. The Queen was previously scheduled for it before she was confirmed to be infected with COVID-19. Wearing his military uniform for the occasion, Prince William gave out medals to the honorees, whose range of accomplishments, achievements, and service were recognised by the British Crown for its importance in the state. This investiture ceremony occurred as the Queen cancelled all of her virtual meetings and appearances to recover from COVID-19. She appears to be doing light tasks that need her signature, but is otherwise resting and building up strength towards her recovery. The Queen has largely been able to avoid COVID-19 for around 2 years before she was infected. She and her late husband Prince Philip had locked down in Windsor Castle with a small staff of 22 people in what the government was calling the HMS Bubble during the worst of the pandemic. Even after Prince Philip had died, the Queen had kept herself isolated and away in her COVID bubble, leaving people with the iconic image of her alone in the church during the funeral proceedings of her late husband.